Welcome to the weekend show with Mediumjay. I was thinking today, just like the entire auto industry itself, right? The entire, like, it's built jobs and it created in itself its own industries, right? Car manufacturers, of course, is the auto industry. Then there's the gas and oil industry. And then there's the repairs for your car, like the entire auto repair shop industry. Then there's it gets ridiculous. It's like there's the cleaning of your thing. And we're not even mentioning an insurance thing. And I'm going by list of ridiculousness. Insurance is right there on the bottom. Insurance, it doesn't make sense, right? It's like you're going to be safe. You got to be safe. Every day you pay a premium if you're safe, right? It's just a better price on you being safe and not crashing. But if you do get into a crash, we'll cover it, but you got to pay up. You got to pay up a little bit. Then we'll go like halfers on your thing. But every month you give us something just to keep. It's like the mob. It's basically you pay them, and then you're protected. It's fucked up, man. I was thinking, and then the entire learn to drive, the fucking training schools, entire schools dedicated, right? These schools to learning how to drive, profitable industry. Then there's the roads itself, just for cars itself, because every road is for car, it's for some sort of vehicle. So entire roads, traffic lights. Then it gets into just city planning itself. We designed our entire cities around traffic. It's like, is there going to be parking at your location? If you're starting a business and there's no parking, and you're like, people look at you like, dude, you want your shit to fail? No one could drive and park. It's just weird, man. I find it very odd. The cleaning industry, right? Because then there's separate facets to it. There's the primo clean. There's the machine cleaning. We designed that was probably honestly the car wash machine. Fucking innovative itself. The entire industry of just making those things that spin. That's the first real machine that we put to use. On a daily, you could go wash your car. You wash your car like pumping gas, right? You go, I'm gonna pump gas. I might as well clean up my car, right? And it's just a bucket and a water. End of the day, it's a fucking a scrunchie and some time. You know what I mean? And you'll do pretty much the same thing as the entire machine. Or you can go into the hand wash where they clean out your inside and the inside of your car, right? We'll just go the inside of that's it attract. What does it attract? Because I don't eat there was Skittles. I'm like, when the fuck did I eat Skittles? It's been that's been years, just accumulating dust and it's always weird shit a piece of a bitten cookie, and you're like, dude, I haven't had a cook. I don't eat cookies in my car. Oh yeah, maybe that one time, just high or drunk or something, just getting some munchies. Or there's a Dorito, and you're like, I don't even. This is Cool Ranch Dorito. I've never had. One of my friends must have been eating or something, and you just get pissed off at how little respect you have for your friends. But that thing is, it gets your mind off of the initial fact that fucking space in between your car, it's not nearly enough to get any fingers in. It's you have to get a specialized vacuum for it. There's no real normal vacuum that'll get that. It's weird. So you got to get the guys at the car thing to do it. And even then, when you go to, as big as the business is booming for hand wash car, the chamois, and the fucking, well, I only know chamois, actually. That's it. I don't think there's any other ones. Unless you just pay a fucking, you just pay a Spanish dude to fucking, to wash up your shit. But either way, they get the job done. But you always got to tell the guy, you're like, dude, in between the seats, and then they don't do it, and I always circle back and I go, man, dude, just do in between the seats, dude. I said you could have, I said you could have the change if you find it. That's the tip. I don't normally tip the guy. He just finds the change. It's at least 10 to $12 down there. Quarters, toonies, loonies, all the loose change. Canadians have. We don't have dollar bills, America. You know what I'm saying? It's not, paper is so much easier to fish out in between the seats. But it's mind-boggling the amount of industries. Then if you get into, because people be like, that's not even that bad, Jay. You know what I mean? Oh, well, a couple industries built off of, it's a $1 billion industry, probably the car manufacturing in itself, but everything else around it. And I went deep into thinking like this. I thought real hard and real long. Pause. I thought, dude, even windshield wiper blades, right? Wiper blades. There's a dude, CEO, patent of the wiper blade, or you know what I mean? Just sitting on his ass, man. He owns the patent and he has a profitable company or something. Some dude that's just like, yo, listen, he started his own business, rural town, not even a rural town. Fuck it. Mid-sized city, right? Mid-size. He wasn't the smartest guy, but he could always sell someone something that they didn't need, right? And this guy was like, dude, for once, I'm gonna fucking sell someone something that they probably do need. Windshield wiper. And the dude's sitting on his ass laughing, going like, yo, I make stacks. I provide for my family. He's rolling in windshield wiper money. You know what I mean? And it's like, you're like, oh man. Yeah, he asked you, the windshield guy, he's like, yo, no, he sees you driving by and your windshields are wiping fast, and he just looks like that's cash for him, bro. He's just like, yeah, oh, dude, it's you only get 200 wipes, and then it's technically time you got to replace some blades, bro. And it's like, I don't know, man. The fucking windshield dude making stacks off of a small specified part for a car. It just made me think how much money goes into just the entire auto industry and everything attached to it. Cause like, I'd probably kill somebody if I couldn't drive. Like if I couldn't drive, like somehow my license and my car got, just gone from, like stolen, and then I fucked up or crashed it, and got my license revoked, and I couldn't get another car or anything like that. And just thinking about taking the bus or like cab or Ubering anywhere, having anyone, I just never feel comfortable. Even when I was a kid, this is before I could drive. I was like, these bus drivers, you know what I mean? And these cabs too, in and out of the lanes and everything. It's just dangerous driving, man. I drive like I want to live. You know what I mean? If that makes me a bitch, all right, I'm a bitch, right? But like, yo, for real though, some motherfuckers drive like they're trying to die. You know what I mean? They're like, hit me, motherfucker. You know those? I guess they're the same people that walk. You know what I mean? There's the people that walk by and it's like a red light and they out for the walk sign, and there's like cars about to go, and they're like, just what? Hit me, motherfucker. Those same people, once they get their license, they're like driving like, I'm gonna run into that motherfucker if he don't fucking stop and wait for me. I'm gonna fucking run his fucking legs over. Yeah, the auto industry, right? And we're not even talking. We could not even talking about lives being solely dependent on. And I think about this sometimes. I think, what would be better than a car? What would be like a better use? And the scary thing is, I'm like, man, 15-minute cities, right? Like a whole city where you just can walk, you don't need your car. that gets into the weird government conspiracy of like them forcing that upon you. But I go, I don't know. Maybe the older I get and the less I care, the more I go, you know what, government, do your work. Just lay it on us. How much is it to get groceries now? $500 to get a week's worth? Okay. just to get a week's worth of something to eat. 500, you gotta have $2,000. That's just a normal healthy diet. That's just to be honest. I get $100, maybe stretch it out 2 days. 2 days we're looking at. I can eat like I eat steak and salmon though. So steak, salmon, and then like, the jerkies to tie me through the week. I should probably start eating chicken. Get some shrimp going. Or maybe just cheaper fish, but that's neither here nor there. I need a car to go to get groceries, right? I'm so reliant on my car that I probably, like, if I did, like, I remember I had to go like 3 months, you know what I mean? Car was impounded, and I was like, fuck. I couldn't wait the 30 months. By the second week, I was like, fuck this. And I just rented a car. And drove around. And it was expensive as shit, but I was like, fuck it, man. Like, it's not having a car in, like, a city where, like, unless you live close to your job, but even then, just driving, even if I was a foot away from everywhere I needed to be, just to go drive and take a break and just kind of go, I'm gonna go just to fucking 7-Eleven, get like a Slurpee. I don't even want a Slurpee. Probably just dump half of it. But I just want to go for that cruise. It's like a late night cruise. It always feels nice. The breeze, there's like always like if you go in the right time in summer, that cool breeze after like a long hot day, you're like, fuck yeah. It's nice. Play some tunes, a little quiet in the background. Don't want to wake up the people when you're rolling through, but like, it's just nice, just to cruise. Going on a cruise, right? And this may be one giant long commercial for you to drive a Lincoln. Because when you tend to not care where you're going, it makes the going a whole lot more knowing. I don't know. But the entire auto industry, I think, nothing is better at business, I think, than tires. In it, like, tires are, there's no way that these things cost $200 each. You know what I mean? Piece of rubber, dude. Come on, there's no way. You're lying to me. You're lying. Plastic melted down to the point where I could drive on them, and it's like, dude, just to get a patch, that's gonna cost $30. The patch, $30. Who the fuck goes like, all right, slap a Band-Aid on it, that'll be $30. Look at that in the eye. They don't. You can run your engine to the ground. You can fucking go fucking years without putting any oil into your fucking, any new oil or replacing your oil or anything. You could let that shit run bone dry, right? For years. But you can't go a couple kilometers without a fucking tire. You just start looking like that asshole, and then the sparks flying, and you're just like, nah, I ain't gonna. You know, you just keep driving. Just drive it to work. Every day show up. Be that that fucking whatever that sound is, that fucking grinding metal on concrete. And you just don't give a fuck, right? You can't do that. You have to fucking get a new tire. You have to get that tire replaced, right? But it's gonna cost you. And rims. Dude, rims. Come on. Rims for niggas. That's all we... for niggas. That's all we ever want in life. Like, I am legit like, yo, I am depressed because I have stock rims. I think I just cracked how I was like in a slump for fucking months. 2-3 months I was like, man, I'm in a slump. I don't know why. Today, I need rims. I need to throw fucking 22s on my Chevy Cruze, bro. On the Chevrolet, bro. And that's all we want, man. And it's like just thousands of dollars go into just the shoes of the car. Now, the body doesn't even need, like, you can legitimately take a hammer to your front hood and fucking dent it up, and it'll most likely still run. But you're gonna want to get that dent out. Now, how much is busting out? I got a little crack on the side of my thing, and it's gonna cost like $400. $400 just to get that crack. A new bump. You just gotta get a new bumper. You can't just fucking super glue them together or something. No, you're gonna have to get a whole super glue it together and paint it over. Nah, it's easier. It's cheaper to get a new bumper. How much does a new bumper cost? Well, with the installation, it's like there's no way. I'm looking at this is again back into the auto repair guys. There's no way, and because they're like, we get this bumper from like another company, so that company that makes bumpers goes, I'm fucking over the auto guys. I'm fucking them over, right? With the price gouging. Then the auto guys are like, well, listen, we got to get it somehow on the back end, right? We're not really getting money off of the product shipping. So we're going to get into labor. And the labor is like, dude, just pop off the hood or pop off the bumper, stick on the new bumper. It's good to go. Paint it the same? Probably not. They would charge you. They charge you an extra plus another couple hours. So like the body is the most expensive yet useless part of the car, but everybody wants to look nice, right? You'll spend 5 G's on like a paint job. You spend, thousands. You spend thousands. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers get spoilers. Dude, spoilers. People go, yeah, it goes. No way it goes faster. No way it's better. No way it makes any sort of impact on the fuel economy whatsoever. I don't think so. I find that hard to believe. And it's like, or like the hoods, the air fuel intake. Come on, man. None of that. You gotta soup up your car to go 100 kilometers an hour. That's just the limits. You know what I mean? There's the limits on the thing. And if you speed, listen. If you speed out there, just know I'm driving too, and I drive normal, so I'm technically a threat to these motherfuckers. Speed and anyone doing the speed limit is a threat to the speeders because they're like, fuck man, this guy's going too slow. I'm gonna ram him, and I don't want to be the dude that y'all motherfuckers ram. So again, because we get into the fucking insurance and the insurance company. Now, this is an entire fucking... It's like the mosquitoes of the auto industry. They fucking suck you. And listen, they're lifeless people. So you could literally go like, listen, you guys are soulless individuals that are like some reptilian race of you'll look someone dead in the eyes and go, all right, so this is going to be $240 for this month's of insurance. And someone will go, yeah, that's the same amount of my fucking bi-weekly payments of the actual car that I have. And I have to pay this forever. whenever I want to drive this car forever. So I'll eventually pay off my car. You know what I mean? 4 years down the road, it's paid off, right? Car's, paid off. But this insurance thing, and it's like, no matter where you are, no matter who you know, unless you're deep in the woods next to nobody. But even then, you drive it, you drive the car into town to pick up if you have a friend out there, or if you just go, I don't know, to see a late night matinee, I don't know, out deep out in the woods, deep out in the. I'm imagining a dude deep out in the woods just killing. I'm just imagining like a Jeepers Creepers motherfucker, rusty ass truck, doesn't give a fuck, drags people. I guess you got to go into town to drag people back to murder, right? But with a motherfucker that's the only person that doesn't need insurance. Now, the only motherfuckers that I have respect for in the industry of cars are the dudes that drive them, the taxi guys, the fucking Uber lifts, the fucking bus drivers, the fucking, school bus and public bus, even fucking charter buses. You gotta ask yourself, people, charter buses, is it not the worst job to ever have? If it's the people you don't, if it's like the fucking, the Knicks, you got the New York Knicks in the back, that's pretty cool. You know what I mean? Even if you're not even a basketball fan, you're like, these dudes are cool as shit. Basketball players they look like they have so much fun when they're just on the bench joking with each other. It looks cool. It looks fun. You get to be on the locker room talk. Football players, maybe a little sweaty. But either way, if it's like just random people, like taking a Greyhound from like, I'd say Winnipeg to fucking Edmonton. Now imagine all the people that think they can make it. They can't make it here. They're taking the Greyhound to uproot or maybe just visit. Either way, you're going to Edmonton. It's a step up in the slightest. It's like you wouldn't notice the step up. It's flat like Manitoba. Now, the guy driving all the people going from nowhere to I don't even know where they're driving, and you gotta listen to them talk. You gotta hear, you gotta fucking, if maybe it's a 24-hour, people are sleeping, I think there's a washroom on that thing, you know what I mean? People stinking up the place. Being that guy driving, and he has to pull off quite a bit of a driving shift, right? 16 hours or something like that. Yeah, I don't know if they rest. Gotta ask my buddy that went on there. But either way, man, driving by yourself is awesome for long periods of time. Driving for 3 to 4 hours, you could drive fucking 20 hours by yourself, right? You just don't care. But when you're with, like, the people really do, like, you feed off of energy, and you really do need a certain, like, all right, get the fuck away from me. And that would suck so much to drive transit, like, even in the public, like, city, picking up people and picking up, like, dudes that, like, are all fucked up, and you don't know, like, that weird thing that happened, I think, where a dude chopped off another dude's head and, like, was on the bus and he was just holding it around. That was the scariest shit for me growing up. I remember going, like, dude, that is so fucked that, like, it could happen at any time. And especially on the bus. When you're on the bus, It is like a fucking. It's a cram. I don't even know what to. It's not like anything. Like, you would never be with these people unless you all just. Unless you, like, other than the fact that you guys are all just broke. You're all just like, fuck it, I can only afford the bus. or you think you're doing well for the economy, the fuel economy, or your carbon footprint, or if you're one of those losers, right? You gotta fucking kind of go. Because I was on the bus and I was like, man, these are all losers. But then I'm like, man, I'm on the bus too. I'm part of the losers. And like, to be the dude where it's your job every day to pick up like psychopaths, there has to be. And the amount of people that bus drivers, hundreds, we're talking about the hundreds, and what, like, there's a person, like 3% of 2% of people are crazy or something like that. 2% of people are psychopaths, like, just like, and I mean, there's psychopaths where it's like, I only care about myself and I use my girlfriend or I cheat on her. That's not a psychopath. The psychopath is we're talking legitimate, not even Patrick Bateman. That whole thing was a dream essentially at the end, right? It was all fake. So the bar isn't I think about killing. The bar is I'm chopping a dude's head off. That's psychopath. Like, I'm fucking pulling out mace and I'm spraying even though there's a pregnant woman there, an old motherfucker that probably will have a heart attack. I'm spraying this mace on an op or like a dude that I don't even know, because I'm like trying to, I don't know, just trying to fucking shake the meth out of me, right? Those motherfuckers are showing up on the bus. It's scary to just think about just driving and going like, hey, come on in. Okay, yeah. Oh, you don't have any change? And the guy can't do anything. When the guy goes, I don't have any change, I'm just getting on. They're not supposed to do anything. And unless they cause a problem, they just got to give the guy the ride for free, right? It's they're on their way driving anyways. It's absurd. There shouldn't even be a pay. It should just come out of the taxes. Plus another thing, it should just be paid by the government. Because you should honestly, with the dignity and the fact that it's not even at your prime location. You gotta walk to the bus. In many cases, you gotta walk to the bus stop. It should just be for free. Now, to subsidize the money and where that could, we could take off we could take off a lot of money of what the fucking auto industry, right? The auto industry has so much money. Like the buses alone probably just, I highly doubt they make their money from bus passes. Dudes buying bus passes, $60 a hit a month. Yeah, okay. And then the guy throwing in $3. And there's probably nights like where the bus guys like only had like 12 people on. I don't know if I'm gonna still have a job by the end of this week. Like, they're not going anywhere, right? Even if they don't make money, they somehow fucking flip enough to pay the dudes, right? And those bus drivers make good money. But oh man, the bus driver, and it's so shitty, cause like there's some people that are just so smelly, like they smell so bad, and that's basically the guy's office, right? That's technically his fucking 3-4 hours before he gets a break. You know what I mean? He's doing 2.5 hours. You don't get a break when you're running a route and there's traffic, so you're just stuck in traffic. You can't can't go out to eat. You can't pit. That's the worst. I think as a bus driver, dude, because I've had to piss, man, and I pull over to the side sometime when there's, I mean, if I'm in a rural enough place where it's like not frowned upon, I'll pull over to the side and just take a piss. And like if there's fucking like a couple people around, I'll just kind of go in between the truck, right? Or like squat underneath it, hide behind a wheel, do something, right, to get it out. Now a bus driver, you can't just put, there's no real, other than the bus stop itself, where you just pull out but for the most part, man, as many times as I've been on the bus growing up, I could maybe 10 times in all of history, I seen the guy like get out, and it's probably on both sides, right? I'd say 10 times he's getting out for play, like the dude or girl, bus or girls could drive buses too. This is a feminist podcast, people. The amount of times I've seen a guy get out, probably 10 times, and he's like getting a taquito. He's like, I'm just really hungry. He comes back with a Slurpee. And you're like, dude, like this, I used to get so mad, but now I'm kind of rationalizing it as like, he's a fucking human being. He has to eat it, and he has to have fun sometimes on his shift. Right? Get a Slurpee and some cotton candy. Whatever the fuck. About 10 times there. Then there's 10 times when the guy's like shift changing, or like he's getting out and he's using the water. Like he's legitimately, I'm watching him go into like those outhouses that they have for the fucking bus drivers. That's not a lot if you think about it. It's incredibly, like, the guy, I would, for the most part, especially because those guys run weird shifts. Like, the buddy of mine was telling me that he had to do split shifts because he was like, I guess, one of the newer guys, and they put him on split shifts where it was like 4 hours, so it was like 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. and he'd come back and do 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. or some shit where it's like, or you take like 4 hours, come back at 4 o'clock to like 7 p.m. I was like, damn, dude, that fucking sucks, dude. Like, it's like you get to work real early in the morning, and do nothing for 6 hours or whatever in between the shift, then come back and then go in like rush hour. And he's like, yeah, basically. So he's working on the 2 hardest parts of the time for buses. I'm like, damn, that really does suck. But I'm like, but for the bus, I wanted to ask him this. I was like, but for the buses, if you really have to piss or shit, man, like sometimes you just can't. You can't hold that. He's like, what would you? I wanted to ask him, what would you do? Like, cause if me speaking personally, I'd keep a piss bottle. It'd be hard to fucking pull it off. But I think once you get into the mode of like, you just put the bottle in your pants and you just fucking stick your dick in and just piss and just like cut it off perfectly and then swap bottles. Because I would probably do 7.5 or no, 7.5 liters. I'd probably bust out that simple 7.5 liters real quick. I'd get a jug and a half of those gallon like water coolers. Probably bust that out real quick. Nah, like a 750 milliliter piss, which there's no real bottles for 750s. You get like the 710s. Okay, but that's so big. You'd have to get like a fucking like 2 500s. That's a good like ballpark of like being safe. So you'd have to cut it off midstream, and they're small enough that you could hide it. And you could also go like, I just got apple juice in that motherfucker, and it's steaming. It's apple cider. You know what I mean? Hot warm cider. My mother used to make it for me. She's dead now. Just get the subject off of it might be piss. And you swap out the 2 500s. Now the thing is, you can't pick anybody up while pissing because people know it's, I think, an instinctual thing of pissing. Like if you're pissing, and you can always see, even if you don't see their bottom half, like if you're walking by some dude's lawn and he's got like a 5-foot fence, so you can see like just his head, and you're just like, you could see that in the person's eyes that they're pissing, right? Now, how did I get on? Let me just backtrack. How the fuck did I get on to pissing. Oh yeah, buses. And with the auto industry, in the complete auto industry, and this is like kind of Ted Kaczynski manifesto level shit. The entire auto industry is made up of the oil. Let's be real. The entire thing. Even the move for electric vehicles needs some sort of diesel in whether it's their batteries coming, their parts coming, how does their car get delivered? It's probably on a truck that's diesel. You know what I mean? So it's everything's so reliant on oil. And there can't be anything more profitable than digging in a ground. And that's why those dudes all make so much money, right? It's a tough job, don't get me wrong. It's tough to, but the entire industry is so fucking profitable that it makes it worth it. Oil is basically liquid gold. It's worth its weight in gold. If you got a barrel of any kind of, you know, gas or diesel, you could legitimately like go, hey baby, I got like fucking 5 drums of fucking gas. I could flip this shit, you know, make 5 racks. It's like $1,000. You know, I got $1,000, thousands of dollars a barrel, right? And the Saudi Arabians, and this is not to get racist. I'm just saying, Saudi Arabia, they're very stingy with, you know, they're very, it's a business that's super profitable. They could drop the price if they really wanted to. They could drop. We gotta invade Saudi Arabia. Get them tough. Nah, if we do invade, the price would probably go up. If we lost, oh for sure. Oh for sure, dude. Soon as America pulled out of Afghanistan, bro, they tried to blame the gas increase on the fact that the pandemic was over and more. They tried to blame it on the Ukraine war. We all know that it's because we pulled out and lost in Afghanistan, you know what I'm saying? We lost that shit. And they're like, you know what, man? These guys are bitches fucking. It's like when you punk a dude, and then, you know, you punk a dude and he goes to buy weed off you like months later, and you're just like, yeah, it's now $15 a gram, yo. You never heard that? You can't really do that now because there's pot shops. But back in the day, you know, you made a dude flinch, and you're just like, yeah, dude, I'm increasing the prices as of today. That's the 21 year Afghanistan fucking. The Saudi Arabians hijacked the planes. We hopped into Afghanistan. Somehow Iraq got involved. Saudi Arabia hasn't been touched, bro. We gotta do this for 9/11. We gotta invade. See, the thing is, you need some nice vehicles from the auto industry. And without even touching on it, the entire military mobilizing units, aircraft carriers, all technically vehicles in the automated industry, the auto industry, right? It comes all full circle. Now, stealth bombers, you know, spy planes, these, you know, Blackbird SR-71s, and the fucking even Lear jets for billionaires, right? But back up to, we're gonna invade. Okay, we're seriously gonna invade Saudi Arabia because I feel as though if we don't hit them first, things might not get any better for all of America. the meek shall inherit. I think it's because, again, if we look back on all the movies, like the fucking 300, you know what I mean? The fucking, Alexander, all of the Greek and Romans, fucking, they all fucking flourished, or not flourished. That's wrong. They all fucking went to the wayside trying to battle. Persians were so deadly, and they're just the fucking Saudi Arabians. It's just a different name. It's a different enemy. It's genius, actually. Persians. Technically, they're all the same. Iranian, Iraq, Pakistan, East Indian, West Indian. Well, West Indian. Palestinian. I'm missing one. I know I am. Iraq. No. Either way, they're all just. I'm not even. They're all just a bunch of people with fancy scarves around their heads. If you think about it, silk shit, stay with their family, build up incredible business, to charge ridiculous prices for Slurpees. It's fucking sickening, right? But again, to get back on the industry itself, the auto industry, it sucked to be a taxi driver. Boy, would it suck. I've said some mean shit to dudes in taxis, man. I've been in some weird fucking taxis where I'm like, yo, dude, you're fucking with me, man. Like, you're just like driving, and like I'm a little drunk, so I hopped in a taxi because I didn't want to drive. But like, dude, like, you're pretending to like fucking not know what you're doing. I said, just drive to a nearest fucking store. And he kept driving and passing shit, and I was like, just fucking, yo, you passed something. Oh, you passed that. I'm just like, yo, I just need a place to like get smokes or something. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, man. You gotta be more clear. Do you want to go to this spot or McDonald's? Or I'm like, dude, any spot. Just get me. Need some food, smokes, and like a drink or some shit. It's like 3 different spots, and he just fucked up, and I was like, no, I'm just gonna walk, dude. Like, fuck you. Like, he took me so far away, right? But those dudes probably see the weirdest shit at night. Like, driving as a taxi driver at night. Those motherfuckers have to be prepared for anything. So I say when we invade the dudes, the nation of taxi drivers, right? It would have to be we'd have to hit them where it hurts, right? I've been listening to a lot of Art of War by Sun Tzu, and I've been listening to a lot of 33 strategies, all of these fucking wars, you know what I mean? The Art of War, several times revised. I've listened to all of the versions, right? I'm like a fanboy when it comes to military strategy and planning, because I always go, it doesn't have any effect on real life, but then there is some sort of leeway in between the nuances of straight up war and like business. You gotta be cutthroat, you gotta make your mark, and can't let people roll over you, but at the same time, it's nice to be unassuming to the general public. All of that shit, coincides with kind of reality itself and the day-to-day normal life, and not like as a war in general. But if you were to invade a place like Saudi Arabia, or even, I'd say, go for Dubai. Hit them where it hurts, right? Like, they got the fucking, or the Taj Mahal, bro. bro, 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 bro. Just complete drone strike it, and have it like first, because they're gonna probably have like anti-aircraft shit and everything. You just hit them with a fucking giant EMP real quick. Hit them with it off. Their grids are off. Hit that EMP real quick. Then come in with fucking just carpet bomb the shit. Carpet bombing the shit out of the Taj Mahal. Literally. All the poor people begging for food just completely wiped out. And just stand over and stand, you know what I mean? And just wait for the fucking the turns. The turn, like the just we made our move, right? You know what I mean? Do some. You know what I mean? Pull up, right? We just hit him with a strike. Hit him with a strike every couple of fucking weeks. Just one strike. Just go, what's up? What's up? What you want to do though? What you want to do? And just slowly bully them into dropping the price of oil. Just go, listen, man. These bombings are gonna keep coming. They're gonna keep hitting you where it hurts. You know what I mean? We're gonna get those fucking magic castles up in Dubai. We're gonna get all those fucking princes. We're gonna fucking carpet bomb the shit out of you guys, right? We're gonna hit you where it hurts, alright? And then they go, what do you want, my friend? What anything you want, and you just go, you're gonna drop that fucking price of oil, cause I'm tired. I'm sick and tired going to the fucking gas station every couple of weeks. You just go to the fucking gas station and you go, all right, well, I'm looking to lose around $100. This is it's normal. It's $100. Here you go. Here, I can move my car around now. Thank you. If we bombed them just up into the point where a normal gas fill up $50, you know, just half it. That's all we want is just do it. And gas stations all the time. This is what pisses me off the most. Why the fuck is 3 cents off, per liter a deal? It's not. You know what I mean? Anytime they're like, 5 cents off the liter, 6 cents off the liter, it's not a deal. It's not a deal. Because the price always, I watch it. The price always goes up by about 5-6 cents. That's the difference. So every now and then it'll go, well, we're taking 7 cents off the liter. It'll feel up right now. Or you got points and everything to get, tens. Oh, you got 10 cents. Every now and then, maybe even 20 cents off a liter. But that's like so minimal if you think about it. Because if you get 30 liters, if it's 10 cents off a liter, you save $3. You save $3 on $100. So you save 3%. And you might as well just say take 3% off the bill. Oh, you know what? Listen, man, you got a coupon right now? You get 3% off. 3%'s a joke. That's a joke. And again, if we're talking like military strategy, the oil thing, they got us beat, because every now and then they'll just go, listen, man, we got a deal, and we take it, we eat it like pigs with eating schlop. Which again, they don't eat bacon. It's all full circle, guys. They look you dead in the eyes and go, you should be appreciative that you're getting 5 cents off a liter. I don't know, in America it'd probably be like 10 cents off a gallon. And I always go, yeah, man, that's nice. In my head, I have to tell myself that I'm taking a beating every time I go to the fuel pumps. But it's like, now, okay, this professional boxer that beats the shit out of me, gives me black eyes every time I leave the ring, is gonna put on like lighter gloves so the punches don't hurt that bad. Great. He's fucking me. Not so. He's fucking me over. No, he bent me down and he's fucking me in the ass. He decided to use a condom today. Great. Okay. But at the end of the day, it's still fucking rape. We're getting raped at the pumps. And it's not just the oil. It's not just the insurance. It's not just the military industrial complex. It's the fact that we let it happen. That's what really gets me down. That's what gets me down. Oh boy. Oh, the morality. Oh, the humanity. We're just drones. We're just cogs in the machine. People don't even get it. We accept it for what it is. Insurance. All right. How much do I have to pay? $300 this month. I got into a couple of life-threatening accidents, and now my insurance is going up. That's not even. It had to cover deductibles. I had to, some shit wasn't fully covered. Had to get that repaired. I don't know. I don't think the mirrors, those side mirrors. So the side mirrors are fucked because like there's like a part of the side mirror like that people strip out and just to fuck with you. I think it's just to fuck with you. That piece does nothing. Someone stealing a mirror makes sense. You steal the mirror, you could use the mirror. Be like, I got a little mirror right here. Do blow off it or whatever. Anything. But that back side of the mirror, it's not covered in insurance. I asked. I was like, yo, someone stole the back plastic part. They're like, yeah, we just get it. It's like $30 or whatever. $40 and they plop it in or whatever. We don't have insurance for that. So I go, but since it's so low, wouldn't you guys just go, hey, listen, man, you're been an insurance, customer. You've been a fucking loyal customer to it. But they go, no, in insurance, there's no hookups. You literally have to earn it by not crashing. Day in and day out, you're just not crashing. Don't make a mistake. That's it. And even then, it's just like weather conditions and weird shit in traffic where you do like an invasive maneuver, like someone else is fucking up and you swerve out of the way, but then you fuck up. It still counts as you. Like you should have just like let him hit you. And you're like, what? in insurance, it makes more sense to let someone just hit you full speed. And he's coming at you, just stop completely and let him hit you full speed. But in thermodynamics, you want to be going the same speed, at least, or faster than him, to fucking win that kind of power struggle. But those blood sucking, as bad as they are, they're not as bad as the guy going like, well, my insurance is. I heard somebody. Who the fuck said that? Oh, one of my coworkers at my old job. He was like, "Oh, what? I'm really excited that my insurance. I've had the worst insurance," and he's like getting out of like the insurance thing. And I remember listening to him, and I'm going like, "Dude, don't you think they fuck you anyways? Like they're fucking us all. Even if you get to good insurance." The best insurance policy is no policy. Like you shouldn't have like the amount of they're like, do you want $1 million, $4 million, $5 million, $10 million, up to $30 million insurance? Like if you, I don't plan on crashing a plane into the Taj Mahal anytime soon. This shit's just a joke on the podcast. The insurance people will look at you and go, So you want 5 million? What am I? Do I plan on crashing into a building? Like, the only way to rack up 5 million, and I played Burnout Paradise, where there's this thing called Showtime, where you just crash consistently in the game, right? You're just crashing, and to get to 1 million, you have to crash into like 8 to 10 vehicles. One of them is a bus, which is a multiplier, and it times it by 2. So it times your thing by 2. So you got to crash into at least 2 buses to get to 2, you know, to get to times 4, and get at least $250,000 of damages to hit 1 million, right? So that's like 3 Honda Civics and like 2 fucking Fords, right? 30, yeah, 5 times like, well, 30, 1,500. Either way, depending on the sale. But either, and the blue book too. So you gotta fucking crash into multiple cars for that to hit that 1 million. And they're like, it's good because, but the thing is, if I'm already doing that much damage, I'm either probably dead, fucked up beyond all recognition, life is severely impacted, and money doesn't even matter at that point, right? Like, you're just lucky to be alive. You're like, fuck, I'll pay anything just to make it, if that is the case. And they go like, oh, your insurance isn't covered. I go, I don't care, right? I'm in incredible debt, but I'm also like, how did I survive crashing into 2 buses, right? 2 buses flipping over the bus, then 5 more vehicles after that. It's fucking, it doesn't make sense, right? What was I saying? What was I talking about that doesn't make sense? Oh shit, how am I forgetting that? What the hell was I saying? Not the bus. Not the guy busing again, no. What the hell was it? What the fuck? I can't believe I was literally just talking. Oh yeah, insurance, money. So, we look at these people that go, oh man, I can't wait till my thing gets a little better and I get like 10% off my insurance. When in reality, people make up this, you know, we might be bugged down by the system with all this, you know, because the politics and the laws got really, it's gotten to the point where it's ridiculous, right? Like, people are getting arrested for speech in the UK. And I'm sure for me, I threaten a lot of people. It's just started recently getting arrested. Because my threats are very like, I'm gonna, you know, come to your house and rape you. You know what I mean? And I don't know where you live. So, and I'll say that. I don't know where you live, and I would never do that anyways. So I'm sorry. That's how it would go, right? That's the speech of what I say. This is a free-flowing thoughts, Mediumjay on this podcast, right? Doesn't happen. I just said it. I was frustrated, or I'm gonna come down there and I'm gonna punch you in the leg, and people go, "Oh my God, it's a threat," and the police get called. Only now did I realize, right, that people are just so accepting of whatever reality is that you could probably make some sort of, there could be some sort of new, I was thinking of like, what would be the new thing to get people to pay for using or repairing, or I was thinking, and I wasn't even thinking. I was thinking, what could I do to finesse the system and create a giant conglomerate of shit that didn't need to be there, much like the war industry. I think it didn't need to be there as far as the industrial war kind of thing, But war's always been around, and things always costed money to fucking kill people, right? You need bows and arrows. You need fucking gun and lead powder. You need food and rations to travel. So it always costed money, but to make it profitable was the weird thing, right? They're like selling weapons to the third party and letting them fight each other. Then, for whatever reason, no one ever talks about the guns that are left. People walk by and pick. The winner gets the guns. You know what I mean? Winner gets the weaponry and they sell it back to the thing or melt it down. Whatever they do with it. The point is, it's ridiculous. And I've thought of something that could also compete on that level with the auto industry. And it would be similar to, and it's not even like, there's car salesmen, right? And like, if you're looking to sell a car, but like, I'd say a car salesman, like agent, that like represents people just looking to buy a car. like they're like, I got you this, but they're not. They're like third partied. So it's because like the real estate industry is third partied with like real estate agents, right? They most oftentimes they don't have anything to do with the house, right? They just happen to collect it, right? So a guy like, I guess they did not collect the commission. They get the commission, right? They don't own property. Unless, okay, for people selling. I don't know. That's a stupid idea, actually. Now that I think about it, it's the dumbest shit. There has to be some way to get money out of, like, one more way. Because there's so many more ridiculous ways. Because you can get the cleaning thing done. You can get, like, the XM radio, like satellite radio, to get a subscription for like radio. That was a genius play. It was a genius play. It's like, dude, it's fucking radio, but better. It's better. It's satellite radio. So it was genius to make that. That was a cool innovation. OnStar was kind of is kind of cool to have someone, but it's basically like you just pick up 911. You know what I mean? Pick up 911, tell them the location. It's only good when you're like basically dead, which I never understood. If I was ever in a point where I couldn't use OnStar, I couldn't use my phone. How am I gonna make that call to OnStar and push that button? Like, it's literally just a phone is this, and type it in literally 911. I need help. I'm flipped over and I'm about to fall off a bridge or something. But if I'd hit that OnStar, what's the difference? There's literally like maybe 5 milliseconds, and it's like $15 a month or whatever the fuck that is. It's a certain amount. CAA is weird too, right? Like, it's like a tows subscription service. So they could tow, you get 4 tow, and you always go like, man, 4 tows for like $500. No, not 5. 4 tows for like $100 and something bucks, and you're like, this is great when you need it, but it sucks when you're like, okay, I didn't even use it for like this year. Maybe I used it once, but again, it pays for itself. If there was, I don't know, I'm really thinking about this, like another way to extract money out of the industry for cars. Because the rims, the tires, the body, the seats, the interior leather, the windows. Oh, dude, the window guys. When I get my windows smashed, I'm always like, how does my insurance not? The insurance doesn't cover windows? That's a big part of the car itself, is windows. It's the fucking glass I see through and protects me from literally everything. You know what I mean? Every kind of cold, any kind of temperature, any kind of bugs flying, and a fucking crazy dude can just come up and punch me if he wanted to. It's just, it sucks when there's no window. You got no windows, right? You break in, someone can just break into your car easily, constantly. Insurance doesn't cover that. The tailpipes, engine. I'm trying to think of like. The electric car is cool because you still have to pay for electricity. The power comes from somewhere. If driving people, picking up their food is a new innovation. You know, with these DoorDashes and Uber Eats and shit. It's a cool innovation, and it's a good twist. That's like the genius thing, right? Now, they just started doing I don't know, they didn't just start doing it like that Instacart where like you could literally get groceries too. That's always been a thing. I don't know if is there an app where I think there's an app where there's a guy with like truck guy or something. It's like Truck It or something like that, where you like log onto the app and go, I'm looking for a guy with a truck in my area. That is a sad, lonely dude looking for a truck to help him move his stuff because he doesn't have any friends to help him. It's innovative, but I don't know how much it would rake in. There has to be something. Would it be? Because the picking up stuff and putting them into a different location is very good for a vehicle. Very good. It's very. So I'm thinking like you could pick up the people, you could pick up the food. Now, pet delivering pets. That probably is bring the pet right to your door. That's terrible. That is terrible. But pet food delivery. Nah, that's a thing still. It's basically it's Uber Eats for your cat. How about I like there hasn't been any revelations in the auto industry thing, and that's what I think we're stagnating, right? We're extracting so much money off of insurance and so much money off the oil that we haven't had any real reason to redesign and reinnovate the entire auto industry. But I think somehow, if it was possible to get like the trains high up, you know what I mean? Get trains, because like there's probably a lot of time with, like, if you calculated all the time, and even for the economy, right? The car idling, sitting, all the cars lined up idling for a train to pass, right? If it's a long train, like a 10-15 minute train going by, 10-15 minutes of like dozens, sometimes hundreds of fucking cars. It's just idling. No one turns off their car door, because you never know. You just let it idle. You're like, fuck it. It's going to be either 5 minutes or 15, or 5 minutes or 50. You know what I mean? And the worst is like, it's about to finish the train, and then it backs up, and it goes all the way back. You're like, what the fuck is it doing? And then it goes forward again, and you're like, what the hell was that? What did it do further down the line or behind the line? Why did it need to go to the side? I don't know. Maybe it took off several carts this way and took a track and went back the other. I don't know. I think trains in the sky, somehow make that happen, Elon Musk. I know he's doing several hundred things, like making Twitter an X. He's making Twitter his X, which is why it's gotten a lot grimier. Boom. This is why I do this show. Only an hour in and I got a joke. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Let's do it. It's going. the but trains in the sky, right? This is a big one. This is big, like the monorail, right? And I look like the guy that's monorail. I look like the guy. No, but trying to make it come up right. Something like if we had a genius to do it. Obviously, I'm just the philosopher. I'm just the guy thinking. Someone legitimately needs to put large vehicles for public, because there has to be something that competes with airplanes. Airplanes, probably the worst user experience a human can have in any, because it's the same, you're the same person when you're loading in that fucking whatever the hell that's called, the waiting part of the plane, where you're just sitting there, and the terminal, you're at the terminal. Yeah, I totally blanked on that word. But the worst is like, they're like, get there an hour early, and you just sit there for an hour. Like they go, you better show up not even your job, not even an interview, where you're trying to get it for the you could be president. There's no like, you gotta wait an hour to get on stage and do your debate. Well, I mean, I guess you gotta set it up. But the point is, nothing makes you wait an hour to use their service for a place where you gotta get to most people travel and they gotta get to a certain place at a certain time, right? You travel, you're like, man, I want to get from here to there, and then when I get back, I gotta be back before here, right? You got some sort of time. Most people have to do things. They gotta go to work. They gotta work on their business. They gotta fucking even work out, or just get back home. You know, emergencies and shit. They're flying out for your funeral, whatever it is. And the fucking airport looks you dead in the eyes and goes, yo, just show up an hour early. We might just leave an hour early. It might how many times they get delayed legitimately more times than fucking they should leave early. I don't think they ever would leave early in case a guy shows up late, like, oh, dude, showed up like 15 minutes late. What, they left an hour early? I should have came here like, and it's like I think it's 2 hours early, actually, because I remember being like, this is a ridiculously long time when I haven't traveled in a while, but haven't flew in a while. But that's like one of the main reasons why I don't travel, is because the travel thing, and I do the same thing every time. I make no like I don't treat anybody in the whole fucking airport as a human being. If I am consistent with like introvert, don't want to talk to anybody, as soon as I leave and then I put on my personality, right? I don't like the people that, you know, they frisk you as if you're so fucking important. And you're gonna fucking hijack how many people hijacked the plane? It happened twice, maybe, I think, in all of history. And we, as individuals, have to succumb to the fact that there's a random dude not making a lot of money, by the way. They're not making a lot of money, so they don't like it. You know what I mean? So he's frisking you down as if it's my job to get patted down. He's frisking you up, and it's like, dude, is this what you tell your parents you do? You're touching a man. Yeah, very like sexually aggressive, man, all the time. And it's like, dude, and take off your belt and shoes, as if my shoes I slipped fucking razor blades in my shoe. Who the or my belt is gonna, my belt is like the metal thing. Like, why can't I bring on several switchblades to the fucking thing? Like, who the fuck is going to rob a plane? It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. That shit, it doesn't happen in reality. It happens in this fucking weird set of events where the government has to cover up some shit. The idea that a guy is just gonna go, man, you know what? I'm gonna rob a plane and fly it into the fucking... Any other time in history has it happened where guys legitimately stole a plane mid-air, right? We're talking mid-air, stole the plane, then flew it way off course into two buildings. He's one plane into two buildings. I only seen one plane. Said it was two. I only seen one. But if you hijack two, that's even harder because there were so many people that, like, if I'm one of them. If I see a dude robbing a plane, I'ma fuck him up. I fuck him up. He's like, yo, I got the switchblade. I got the captain. I got the captain tied up. I'd bust down that door, dude, and I'd take a couple cuts for the team. I'd take a couple cuts for the dudes in the back that are cowering in fear, because I feel like I feel the need to protect the dudes that can't fight. You know what I mean? Even though I might be the guy cowering in fear. You know what I mean? I might be that guy. But if there's no alpha male, as a sigma male, if there is an alpha male, then I'm letting the guy. I'm lazy. I'm not fucking a pussy. I'm just like, well, that's exercise. I wouldn't be able to hit the gym if I'm wrestling the guys. Fighting off 9/11. Wouldn't be able to hit the gym afterwards. But if I was the only guy to step, no one else stepped, I would stop that plane because nothing happened. No one stepped up. There's military officers on that flight, man. It's a damn shame. Pirates is also a form of people making money in the boat industry, the boatmobile industry, the boatmobile industry. I always thought it was funny that fucking SpongeBob, he would learn to drive in a boat with wheels. You know what I mean? I actually never thought that was funny until just now. I just realized that. I literally just thought of that and I was like, oh yeah, that is fucking kind of ironic. I never noticed that it was a boat with wheels. I was just like, oh yeah, it's just a car, right? Think about it, but it's just a boat with wheels because they're in the sea. Cars 1, 2, and 3, baby. I think Cars 3 came out. Now this is a cartoon it's one of Disney's biggest hits too, right? It's it's Pixar. I think even so, I was going on a limb. Disney has hits for days. Lion King, boom. The original Space Jam, boom. You know what I mean? Fucking Bambi, boom. Little Mermaid, boom. Disney's got hits. Cars ain't shit. But Cars, I think, is Pixar. And now, let's be real with Pixar. Other than Toy Story, Pixar is Finding Nemo, Toy Story. You gotta probably say Cars right out. It's third in the list, right? Giant industry for the Cartoon Networks, right? This has been the extensive knowledge that Mediumjay knows about cars and the car industry. Now, next episode, we're going to get into Carhartt hats. Just go off about hats. No, we're not. No. We're not doing that. We'll keep it fucking with. It's kind of interesting. You know, it's kind of there. Kind of is. I was thinking, like, man, it's going to be hard to do the cars thing. Then I started thinking even more about it. And I'm like, no, I got to do straight off the riff, straight off the cuff car shit. Because I'm like, I don't know I don't know dick about cars. But I do know a lot of the fucking bullshit industries that make millions every year because fucking people want to drive around.